One of the things I felt was I was defenceless.
Well, remember when I started, there was only 2 or 3 black faces, you know, and that was it.
What do you do when you've got a bank of thousands of people shouting abuse at you? The only thing a Cyril used to say on a regular basis, I'll show them, I'll show them.
I can achieve this, I can achieve that.
In the 70s, there was this massive explosion because we could not deny talent.
We didn't know how many black players were going to emerge from what we did.
I think they're tough guys. You had to be strong, like very, very strong to live back then.
It's a thing we had to go through to get to the point we are now.
We said we aren't going to let them drive us off. This is our flipping sport, this is our profession. We're going to see you next week, we're going to see you next month, we're going to see you next year.
At the end of the Second World War, people from the Commonwealth were invited to Britain to help rebuild a country on its knees.
They're all full of hope for the future, so let's make them very welcome as they begin their new life over here.
My mum sent my brother and myself to England, and then she joined us with my sister 2 years later, but she sold it to us as a bit of an adventure. But at school, as a 9-year-old, I was called a chocolate drop, and that was my first introduction to the sort of racism. You know, we were invited here, part of the Commonwealth, but the welcome wasn't as warm as we'd expected.
What helped me, what gave me the inspiration to be something was Brian Clough, simple as that.
He didn't have all that much confidence. I don't think he's got total confidence at the moment, even now.
I remember playing at Carlisle, and he said, I thought I told you to warm up. I said, well, I have been warmed up, but they're throwing bananas, eggs and pears at me. He went, you get back out there and get me 2 pears and a banana. And I got up, like I would do, young lad, 17, got out and did. Then he pulls me afterwards and says, you let people like these dictate to you, you're never going to have a career.
Britain was a country divided and in recession, with a prominent far right that saw football as a place to recruit.
I remember going to places like West Ham and Chelsea, National Front were out there with the leaflets. Authorities did nothing about it.
As the 70s progressed, a group of players too brilliant to ignore braved the abuse and began to break through. West Brom took what was then the highly unusual step of including 3 black footballers in their side. Striker Cyril Regis, winger Laurie Cunningham and fullback Brendan Batson helped transform the Albion into title challengers. Then in November 1978, a seminal moment, as finally a black player was selected for the England senior team.
What does being picked for England mean to you?
Oh, it's tremendous, tremendous. Never thought it happened to me, would you?
I mean, to be first at anything is a great achievement. That's all I ever say. And I'm very proud. I'm very proud to be an Englishman. Very proud to play for my country.
A month later, with boos raining down from the terraces, Regis, Cunningham and Batson helped destroy Manchester United at Old Trafford.
Some unsavoury barracking of the black players from certain sections of the crowd, which says nothing for their sportsmanship at all. Just a nicely weighted little pass for Ali Brown, who's turned inside Brian Greenoff. On for Regis. Oh, what a goal!
Regis's ability earned him an England call-up. It also saw his life threatened.
We used to get our post, and letters were there in our cubby holes. I think Cyril took it out, it fell out, we feel something, it fell out, and there was a bullet. And I think the letter said, I'm paraphrasing, you know, if you put on the white shirt of England, this is for you.
Decades later, abroad and at home, racism remains a huge problem for the game. 5 times in 7 months, while playing for club and country, teenager Rhian Brewster was abused for the colour of his skin. Little action was taken.
At the time, nothing really happened. I think the Spartak Moscow, the fans, they got 500 seats, I said, which they didn't even sit in anyway. There was a player that was banned for 5 games, and all the other times, not enough evidence, to be honest. No one heard, it was just me, so my word against his. I wanted to hurt them, but now I think I'd probably want to hurt them in other ways, probably want to score, shove it in their face. You're a clown, you're stupid. Obviously, you're not better than me at football, that's why you have to do something like that.
What should they be doing, as opposed to closing 500 seats or banning a player for a few games?
Kick the team out of the competition. Just nothing else.
Make the fines at 4 million, 5 million pounds, where they go, whoa, this is serious stuff now. We can't allow these people in our stadiums.
Are you ready to walk off a football pitch if you have to?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll walk off a pitch if the team's behind me.
It should be not the players looking to walk off the pitch. It should be the manager or the chairman of a club saying, this is enough, enough's enough, I'm getting my players off. But if any black player wanted to walk off the pitch, I'd support them 100%. Generally, things have improved. We shouldn't forget we've come a long way in terms of the bad old days in the 70s and 80s.
They stood up to it and got on with it. Black players can do this or can do that.
I've got mad respect for players that happen to them and they just carry on. Is like, amazing to see. We're all part of a journey, and those who come after us, hopefully they recognise the contribution that you've made.
Might have not got to this point, we'd have been a society where everybody's happy to play and enjoy the people who are playing on the football field, no matter what colour their skin is.